The whole nation is talking about this. A 33-year-old woman, married just 5 months back, was found hanging under mysterious circumstances. Like some of you, I have been following this case on the media and I will put across some of my views on the same. So, Twisha, she was a model and an actor, which in itself is such a bold step in a conservative family and in our Indian society where we are not having any connection to the industry. To make a name and establish a livelihood for yourself in this industry is very difficult. That means that she was a go getter. She was a self loving person. She was somebody who liked to enjoy life. She was somebody who was also willing to make sacrifices to chase those dreams. And she was not afraid to put herself, to put her personality out there. She must have realized that, my career is hitting a dead end over here, especially after COVID. So she thought that without any relevant support I must diversify myself and do some MBA and a job. So she was definitely a person who was capable of reinventing herself and standing for herself again and again, and as the journey of an artist is a very long process and you never know when the career is going to take off, but a journey of a woman is also going on. So parallelly she thought that now probably the time is right for me to get married, and I am this person Twisha is talking to somebody on online. So she thought that probably this is the person who is appearing very charming, very nice, very caring. So she got married to that person, right? So that is how it happens, right? And then she found a partner in this person, Samrat Singh, who appeared to be hailing from a very prominent family. So a girl has many dreams. By the time like she's maturing, since the time she's like, every girl has this dream of being married, right? But being taunted as that you are a burden in the in-laws family, who's gonna feed you? Do you know what is the price of the tomatoes? Do you know what is the price of the milk? Do you know you eat so much on ordering online? All these taunts, it just is very disturbing for a person, right? So it's just my humble appeal to all the men everywhere: do not talk to any girl, do not approach any girl, do not even try for any girl. If you are not capable of providing her food, if you're not capable of providing her safety, you are better off without a woman. Please do not play with lives of humans like that. And then being harassed for consuming and taking up space in the husband's house, which is supposed to be a safe space. Your husband's house is supposed to be a space for you, a safe space for you where you can exist without torture, without harassment, without being bothered by anything. You can be yourself, right? But I'm afraid that is not the reality for the most of us. The character of the mother in law is also very important to be discussed here, because she's a person who has held power. She's a retired judge. She has connections in the states. She's having power in the equation also. She's mother in law. And it is a duty of the mother in law to feel the new daughter in law welcomed in the house. And if the daughter in law is not feeling like that is her house, she's not feeling welcomed, then it is a mother in law who is at fault. So if the mother-in-law is passing unpleasant remarks, not letting the person eat whatever she wants, because that is a basic thing. You are supposed to exist, you're supposed to eat the kind of food you like, but she was not being served the kind of food that she likes, and she was being given limited amount and she was not happy. It was taking a toll on her mood. She was being monitored, she was being regulated, she was being sort of minimized. Such a big personality who has been in glamour industry, and now she's married and her personality is being minimized. So she feels not herself, she feels bothered all the time. And the angle of termination of pregnancy is also very alarming, because once you're getting married, you would want to fall in love with a person and you would want to, be willing to bring across a new life. But the pregnancy was terminated and they were visiting the clinic that was The husband and the mother-in-law was having approach there, so definitely it was terminated with the consent of the family, right? Because it is said that she didn't even have money to buy a ticket, so I don't think she was going to have the money to carry forward such a big decision, buying pills and everything. And the process of abortion is also a very taxing process. There is a complete hormonal imbalance in a lady's body. The experience itself is very distressing. In that situation, if the behavior of the people around you is so hostile and no empathy is given to the person, then the person is already going through so much depression, going through so much internal hormonal issues, and on top of that, externally they are feeling like you are good for nothing, you're not welcomed here. The person is just close to giving up, you know. So it is my appeal to women everywhere. If you are married and if you're finding life very uncertain in your in-laws house, I will just tell you that may you find the courage to take the third way out. It is not always that a woman can, always reverse her step back and go back to her parents. It's not always that easy. You should be able to continue your life. It will be financially challenging. Everyone's situation is very different. You will be finding it hard to take the third way out, but self-preservation is the highest virtue. Preservation of life at all cost is the primary duty of an individual. Any girl should prefer to be abandoned by her husband, her in-laws. She should be happy if she's being abandoned than to be continuously abused in a relationship. A relationship is not necessary for you to live your life. Justice, girls, ladies, justice, you should have the courage to do your own justice when you're alive. If you're feeling threatened and if you are still alive, you should know that worse things will happen. It will only get worse. Abuse never gets better. Abuse only gets worse and worse with time. Turn to religion, turn to any comfort, turn to anything that gives you power. Let that religion guide your path. Educate yourself. If you're not having money, work in a salon, work as a manager, work as a waitress, work as a cabin crew. Just work so that you have some money, so that you are able to live a dignified life. Only accept another person in your life if you feel safe, you feel valued, you feel cherished, you feel protected. Otherwise, there is no majboori that can be forced upon you, that a relationship can be forced upon you. It is only your perception, your fear of being outcasted from the society, your fear of facing life alone, your fear of accepting that you failed to choose a good person for you, right? Do not give in to that fear. It is the patriarchy that is doing the tricks on you. Patriarchy would rather kill a woman than to just let her be. And since this girl was so beautiful, so confident, it is very easy for people to character assassinate her. Say that she was in the modeling world, so she must have had this and that. Modeling world is not prostitution, it's a dignified work, So I would really, really request all these false stories, false narratives being spread about someone who's not alive to defend herself. This is very demeaning. And in a message that she has written to her mother, she writes that Twisha was being called as a drug addict, and the husband and the mother-in-law were saying that it's probably not their child, the child of Samrat Singh or whatever. It is not probably his child. And definitely if it was her decision to terminate her pregnancy, that is also understandable, because she was just 5 months into this marriage and she was not sure. She wanted to take her time to be pregnant. She wanted to have a few years with the husband just to build a bond so that she can go through such a big responsibility. If she did that on her own, that is also